Arsenal news. Summer signing reveals transfer regret as Sporting chief speaks out on Gyökeres. Things are beginning to settle down after the conclusion of a busy summer transfer window, which saw 8 players arrive in a £250 million splurge by the Gunners after an extremely busy summer in which Sporting director Andrea Berta splashed the cash on new signings. Things have begun to quiet down at Arsenal. With the international break arriving straight after transfer deadline day, there has been a chance to reflect for the Gunners. Over £250 million was spent to bring in Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, Noni Madueke, Christian Mosquera, Christian Norgard, Ebereki Eze, Kepa Arrizabalaga and Piero Hincapié, with 12 players heading in the other direction. Arsenal hope that their work in the transfer market will help Mikel Arteta's side bridge the gap after 3 straight second-place finishes in the Premier League. But their limitations were evident once again in the 1-0 defeat by Liverpool on the weekend. It is the Gunners' business in the transfer window which dominates the news agenda today, so allow Mirror Football to take you through the best of it. Arsenal paid an initial £13 million to sign Mosquera from Valencia in July, with the young Spaniard coming to bolster the defence. Having come off the bench against Leeds to make his Premier League debut, he made a significant contribution as an early substitute for the injured William Saliba at Anfield on the weekend, and is happy to have earned such a move. However, the 21-year-old does harbour some regrets over the nature of his move from Valencia to North London. It's clear that when you leave what has been your home, you would like everything to be a little different, both the statement and the things that have come out, he told Cadena Ser. I'm never going to speak badly of Valencia because I'm a Valencianista and it's a club that has given me everything. I would have liked it to have been a little different, but sometimes in football you have to look out for yourself, and there will be parts that you understand and others that you don't. I'm calm because every time I put on the Valencia shirt, I gave everything. The £63.7 million deal that brought Gyökeres to Arsenal to Sporting Lisbon was much more dramatic than the one for Mosquera. Sporting president Frederico Varandas was at the centre of the saga, which became very bitter as the days ticked by. Sporting fined Gyökeres for refusing to train with his teammates after the striker claimed the club had broken promises over a transfer. Having been given time to reflect, Varandas is now happy to move on. I sent a message to congratulate Gyökeres, he told reporters this week. Gyökeres will always be a legend for this club, and as Sporting president, I will always defend the legends who have represented the club. Victor was one of the greatest professionals I had here until the end of last season. He is a legend of Sporting and one of the best players in the club's history. Arsenal were desperate to offload their unwanted fringe players on deadline day and eventually waved goodbye to 6 on September 1st. But their desperation meant that they didn't always get the best deal. Hamburg signed Fabio Vieira and Albert Sambi Lokonga, players signed by Arsenal for £30 million and £17 million, for a combined total of just £260,000. Vieira has joined the newly promoted Bundesliga side on a season-long loan, and they won't have to pay a loan fee if he plays regularly, while Sambi Lokonga left for a nominal fee, having entered the final year of his contract with Arsenal. Neither player worked out at Arsenal, spending last season on loan elsewhere, and Arteta will be pleased to see the back of them. But Hamburg believe they have secured bargains due to Arsenal's position. Arsenal signing admits regret over summer transfer. I would have liked. Arsenal's new arrival. Christian Mosquera concedes he wishes his summer transfer Valencia had panned out differently, with the Spanish side's supporters angered by his decision. Christian Mosquera admits he wishes his summer switch Arsenal could have been a little different, with Valencia fans angered by his decision to quit the club he'd spent his career at. The defender moved to the Emirates for £13 million after rising through the ranks at the Spanish side. Mosquera had come through the academy in Valencia, but as his contract winded down, the La Liga outfit were left with little choice but to cash in. The 21-year-old will now bolster Arsenal's backline after being with Valencia since the age of 12. He faced backlash for leaving the Mestalla, but Mosquera was willing to cop it, as he accepts seeing homegrown talents leave your club is tough to stomach. However, he's hopeful that in time there will be a greater understanding for his decision to move to the Premier League giants, and pledged that he will continue supporting Valencia after several impressive years at the club. Mosquera told Spanish radio station Cadena Ser, "It's clear that when you leave what has been your home, you would like everything to be a little different, both the statement and the things that have come out. I'm never going to speak badly of Valencia because I'm a Valencianista, and it's a club that has given me everything. I would have liked it to have been a little different, but sometimes in football you have to look out for yourself, and there will be parts that you understand and others that you don't. I'm calm because every time I put on the Valencia shirt, I gave everything. I understand it's a bit complicated. For Valencia fans, they want the home players to stay at home, but football's a bit like that. Valencia is the club that gave me the opportunity to be a footballer, and I will always be grateful. And to the fans too, because they've always given me incredible support. I'm just another Valencia fan, but I asked them to understand the young Spaniard has already came off the bench twice this season, enjoying an early introduction at Liverpool on Sunday due to William Saliba's injury. Those appearances could continue with the state of Frenchman's condition not yet known, but Mosquera admits playing in England has presented new challenges. He said, "I'm feeling pretty good. But it's true that the game is different from La Liga. There's more back and forth, it's more direct. When you go into games, you have to prepare yourself for what's coming. But it's crazy.